Welcome to Bio class. Today we'll discuss oogenesis. That after spermatogenesis, here the oogenesis. Oogenesis means the formation of ovum. Here's the process. In spermatogenesis, we saw that the formation of sperm. But here is the huge difference in between these two. In case of spermatogenesis, we saw that the sperm is started to produce that at the age of 15, and that is the start point of it, and it ends till date. But here the oogenesis, it is surprisingly, it starts in embryonic stage. You will be surprised that any female child, when they are in sixth week in gestation period, I mean inside the mother body, then oogenesis start. Okay, the sixth week. You know that fourth week of the fetal development, in absence of Y chromosome, gonad will differentiate into ovary, and then sixth week the oogenesis will start. 12th week of gestation, 12th week inside the mother body in embryonic stage, it starts its meiotic leptotin, and which is zygotin packaging up to diplotin stage. It goes and then it arrests, it turns to arrest stage. So in primary oocyte, in that form, that girl child will born. Okay, the birth will take place. In that time, inside the ovary, a huge number, that means more than lakh, of the primary follicle will be there. In this fact, we can see it in other way. You can see one girl child when they are inside the mother's body in embryonic stage. Here's the week. Show here that this is the blastocyst. The embryo will form, and you can see that zygote will start from the 12 to 13 that week. After that, zygote, packaging, diplotin, all this stage it will cross, and ultimately this process will stop the time of birth. it, this process takes the very long time inside the embryo, and if any cell if fail to arrest, then the cell will die, other will restrict or arrest in diplotin stage of the first process of the meiotic cell division. Still they are in 2n in structure. Alright. So that the huge number of primary oocyte which is covered by the granulosa cell, you can see that this, and we are calling it the primary follicle, and the number here 80,000, 60 to 80,000, that this primary follicle is there. Now see that in time of birth all these things are there, then after that the long period, that 13 years, the puberty, when this girl child will reach the puberty, long 13 years it remains in the same state. Then after that that arrested part, the next development will take place. When next development will take place, then primary oocyte, it turns into secondary oocyte. If you say the follicle, then secondary the follicle. Okay, you can see that here on the tertiary, this is the secondary, this is not labeled. This is the tertiary follicle following the antrum one cavity. inside it, and the layer is thicker interna and externa. After that it turns into mature the Graafian follicle. So the stages that we have to see that. Here is its different stages of oogenesis. You know that the primary oocyte up to here, you can see that in diplotin stage. Then from the diakinesis, next process will start in age of 13 years. Then meiotic cell division will take place. In meiotic cell division, you know that secondary oocyte and the ovum will form. Look at here in meiotic cell division. Here it is. Out of two cells, an unequal divisions here. The one cell will be very big, another is very small. Small cells are called polar bodies. So that the three very small cell, three polar bodies will degenerate after one. One thing you have to remember that the ovulation in human female occurs at the secondary oocyte stage. This is the secondary oocyte stage, that is the ovulation takes place. And still it is not ovum. When the sperm will enter inside the fallopian tube for the fertilize, then sperm secretes anaphase promoting factor APC towards the ovum. That very moment that its secondary oocyte converts into ovum and the fertilization takes place. Here you can see that in animation that how the ovulation takes place. The ovum comes out from the Graafian follicle, and fimbriae will attach, and this one you can see that the fallopian tube. Here is a ovulation. This ovum is released and it is collected by the fallopian tube. Now next part, menstrual cycle. Menstrual cycle, I think you know about this, cyclical discharge of an unfertilized ovum, blood, mucus, stripped of endometrium layer from uterus of a female at an average interval of 28 days is called menstruation. It occurs puberty to menopause. It means approximately 13 years to 45 years. Before that it will not occur, after that also it is stopped, and it stopped during pregnancy. Okay. So these terms I think you know. Let's know about its cycle and how the hormones and endometrium layer and inside the ovary, how it looks like. Look at that NCERT books diagram. Here it is nicely shows. Here are some phases. You can see that after menstruation, if it is in the 5-6 days, and then follicular phase or proliferative phase will start, because here the follicular growth is there. Here is the 14th day when the ovulation will take place. Then after that it goes for the next phase, luteal phase or secretory phase. So here for the implantation, this phase is there. So you can see that the endometrium layer, here layer will start increasing in proliferative phase, but it is a maximum in the luteal phase because it is there for the implantation. If implantation will not occur, then in the next cycle, this part of the mucus, it it comes out from the body with the blood and the unfertilized ovum, that is called menstruation. You know that. If we see that other part also, that hormonal activity, the different hormones, that the pituitary hormone, some ovarian hormones here. So here we can see that the different fluctuations in that. And inside the ovary also, the ovulation, after ovulation, that it starts in corpus luteum and it is degenerates. Now see that the ovarian hormone, estrogen is the main hormone, and it actually in proliferative stage and time of the ovulation, this is the maximum. Gradually it again decreases. Whereas the progesterone, which is the minimum in first phase, the follicular phase, but it is maximum because it plays a very important role in implantation. So that you can see that the maximum it is there in the luteal or secretory phase. Follicle stimulating hormone, which is in the follicular growth, this hormone is there. And the luteinizing hormone, also another hormone which stimulates that ovulation, which develops corpus luteum secretion progesterone. In follicle stimulating hormone also it stimulates the ovarian follicle to secrete estrogen. It stimulates the proliferation of the ovarian wall. It stimulates the maturation of the Graafian follicle. It means the regulation of the ovulation, it is there. And progesterone, it plays a very important role in implantation. It inhibits follicular stimulating hormone, that production. It develops that uterine lining, which easily can implantation will take place. Okay, so this part is very important, and this cycle you have to prepare. And the hormonal role is another part is added in this. Not only that, ovarian event, see that here the very clearly the 4 events you can see. So all are different but interconnected. You can just go through this carefully. Next part is there fertilization and implantation, that I will upload in next video. Okay, thank you.